now I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready.
Are you ready? Because you weren't ready before. You were all freaking out
You
and
were
stuff.
freaking-
You were scared about episode 27. Cue the intro.
Who's episode 27?
Minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
In Ohio State history.
That's Ohio
It's
State.
the most
Welcome back,
rushing yards.
everybody, to the GetBack Podcast. I'm your host, Damian and Dusten, here with.
Ayden Jones. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
And welcome to episode 27 of the GetBack Podcast. Are you really going to say J.K. Dobbins?
J.K. Dobbs, yes.
Why J.K. Dobbins?
J.K. Dobbs has the most rushing yards in Ohio State history. There's only one other player that has put up more rushing yards in the history of college football. And guess who that is? He played for Wisconsin.
Melvin Gordon.
Melvin Gordon.
Now, here's my one question to you then. If J.K. never got hurt, where would his career be right now?
He'll be a top 6, top 5 back in the league, right?
And it would be interesting if he was still on his former team, the Baltimore
Yeah,
Ravens,
That's what I'm
who
saying.
recently just played the Detroit Lions in a Week 3 banger of football.
The game was pretty good. They got their own spotlight, obviously, on Monday Night Football, and the game gave us what I think we deserved, what we needed out of that game.
It for sure did. And I think there's a lot of
Can I
questions
call him it?
left
Yes or no,
unsaid.
bro? Why can't I call him this, bro?
You can't.
Can I cut out the last 2 words then and just call him a bum?
You can call him a bum.
There was more words that was supposed to go on to this. Derrick Henry, we got to figure something out. You are a bum. You're on the bum list right now.
And this game really left a lot of questions for the Baltimore Ravens, in my opinion. And obviously, I'm not hitting the panic button yet. I still think they're one of the best teams in AFC, even at 1-2. But, man, Derrick Henry fumbling the ball. Not only did it change the tide of the game yet again in a loss for Baltimore, it almost seems like he's in his head now. When you...
In his head.
Yeah.
There's no other way that you can't be in your head. I feel like the first game, you can let it kind of slip by. Okay, mistakes happen. It's too many consistent games in a row now. To this point that now you got to look for something. You got to do something different. Something has to change.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what. This is what we wanted to see from the Lions, though.
Yeah.
You think about from week 1 to game 3, their coordinators, because these are both 2 new coordinators.
Right.
I think the Lions are finally settling in to the new coordinators and what they're running, schemes that they're doing. And I think we're going to see them merge back into that old, like, super team that we saw in
And we're
the
speaking
past.
about the Ravens. You think the Ravens will be doing
I'm talking
this?
about the Lions.
Oh, obviously, I don't think the Ravens will be doing
No,
any super team.
I'm talking about
this
the
year.
Lions. From week 1 to
Yeah.
week 3, their offenses got
I
drastically
think
better.
week 1. I'm not saying that I can't blame them. Obviously, it was a week 1 football game against a very good team. A very good team where Micah knew that they had to win the game. Like, I feel like the whole Green Bay Packers, they could not lose that first game. They couldn't. And they went out there and they showed that they were dominant.
That's very true. And I think, like I said, I think it's going to be the Lions and the Packers when it's all said and done. I think we'll get into Philly in a minute later in the podcast, but I think their offenses on both teams for the Packers and for the Lions is the fact that they're so versatile. I mean, run game, pass game, it's really everything that they can do. And that's what separates them from Philly, which we'll get into in a sec.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Obviously, I feel like Derrick Henry can take some blame. Ravens defense, do they have anything to blame for in this game, or were you okay with what you saw out there?
I wasn't a fan of their defensive backs as much in pass. Roquan's going to be Roquan. He's always flying around the
Roquan's
field.
going to be Roquan. Marlon Humphrey.
Kyle
Seems
Hamilton.
to be getting barbecued a lot recently.
Kyle Hamilton as well let a couple passes go, which was surprising. But then again, it's Amon-Ra, Jamison Williams. I mean, these are...
I feel you, but Marlon, he's got torched by Jerry a couple times and Cedric Tillman. Like, it's something going on because Marlon does not let a lot of stuff go by, especially Hamilton, and we know that Hamilton will not let anything go by.
That's true. I think we're still so early in the season. I can't tell you if this is going to be the Marlon that we're going to see, or if he's just simply in a beginning of the year slump. I give him till week 5 to really make that decision, but I still think he's one of the best corners. I wouldn't necessarily blame it fully on him. More so Kyle Hamilton too, who let a couple stuff go.
Kyle let some stuff go. I think Detroit's coaching was great though. Like
Absolutely.
It's more so because he's just so risky that he's confident when he does plays. He's 7 of 8 of 4 downs of the whole year so far.
Which is ridiculous. And you know what? shout out to Jared Goff, who's playing
Yeah.
like an MVP
Yeah.
candidate right
Yeah.
now. I know it's super early, but if he were to keep this up, the 3 touchdowns, the 5.
The
it's-
offense is so complete too that he has so many options to go to.
Yeah,
So many options.
And the greatest
all the
thing
time.
is he has some of the greatest bailout options.
Yeah.
And listen, this is no discredit to Jared Goff, but we've seen him in years prior not be so good. Obviously, his years in Detroit have been excellent.
Right.
But before that, when we've seen him on the Rams, stuff like that,
He had
he had flashes.
very good flashes.
But I think when you put Sonic and Knuckles, as in David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs alongside him as his bailout options, and then you have Sam Laporta, and then to take the top off, you have Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jamison Williams, who's one of the fastest wide receivers in the league.
I think it's
Like,
funny.
it's a good
I think
O-line.
it's funny how much they focus on St. Brown and J-Mo. Just he's almost like a Clay Thompson on the team. Like he just picks up the scraps but abuses them.
And the team is almost constructed as if it's like, you know what? We know we don't have Lamar or Josh Allen, but we have everybody else on that offense that with a good quarterback like Jared Goff is very good.
Yeah.
He's starting to enter that great category, in my opinion. He's just not there yet.
Yeah, I think he's a good time manager too. Like he knows how to
Exactly.
manage a game. Like he's a smart quarterback.
And I think he just fits perfect with the Detroit offense is what I'm trying to get
Yeah.
to. So I think the Lions are in much better shape than the Ravens. Obviously 2 different divisions, but 2 different conferences, but they're both striving for, that 1 to 2 seed.
Right.
Speaking of the Packers, though, I want to move on to the Packers losing to the Cleveland Browns. No need to get excited because we're actually going to skim past the Browns part of this game. And I know it hurts you to say.
That's really crazy to skip
It
over
is.
one
But
of the best
for a
defenses in the
team
league.
that we've been talking about being a Super Bowl contender for, most of, for about 4 or 5 weeks now, and especially since the Micah trade, where does this put the Packers now? Have you dropped them on your list in the NFC?
No. They played a very good defense. Like, I mean, a very good defense, which I think we're going to see something tomorrow. Not that the Browns will win the game. I'm not saying that at all. I think it's going to be closer than a lot of people think. They dropped 52 on Chicago. I don't think they're going to touch 28-21 against the Browns.
28 or 21?
21. I said they can get a 20 game. 2 touchdowns, a couple of field goals, something like that. It would be something like that, I promise. Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 field goals.
Okay. So you're saying that the Detroit Lions, when they play the Cleveland Browns, they will only score 20 points.
20 points, 2 touchdowns, and 2 field goals, like I just said.
Okay, that's fair enough. I simply think they're going to score 28, 31 points. I think it's going to be hard earned.
I think that the Browns only score about 10 points. I'm not saying the Browns are. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying we're going to win. I just know that it will be. I don't think they're going to drop 52.
Browns
like
score
they did
2
against Chicago.
touchdowns. Maybe a field goal.
That's gracious. They're being
Maybe a
grateful.
field goal too. So 14
Seeing the
to 17.
defense, Aiden Hutchinson punched the ball out of Derrick Henry's arms.
Yeah.
He didn't tackle him. He didn't just hit stick and pop. Like, he punched the ball out of his arms.
That's very true. But
I think their defense will handle us. I think it's gonna be a defensive game.
yeah,
It's gonna be a defensive game. I don't think we're gonna see Sonic and Knuckles as much. Like, I think we're gonna see them now where they're both splitting carries and getting 50, 100 or 50, 75 each. I don't think we're gonna see that. No.
That's true. So, like I said before, Packers don't drop for you at all.
I think they
After you're building up the Lions so much right now.
No, because I just said no. I basically just backstated my statement. If the Browns play that good against the Packers with our defense, I think that the Lions will also have a problem against our defense.
I think so too. Now we know, like I said, I know that the Browns have a good defense. So you're saying Packers, obviously they played already week 1. We know what happened there. You're saying a rematch with, like I said, both teams starting to get acclimated to the system.
Right.
You think the Packers win?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's very surprising.
Because
I didn't think you'd go there.
Pause. I'm gonna be real honest. We had a very great fourth quarter. They lost the game also. Like, they lost that game. You watch the game. Packers had some very bad mistakes, including flags, including everything that it seemed like their whole team was making mistakes that helped us on our course to win the football game. It's as simple as that. We got the ball back 3 times in basically 5 minutes.
That's very true.
Yeah, off of 2 turnovers too. Yeah, like they made mistakes that I don't think they would usually make. No, they played a good defense, and that's what happened.
Okay.
So we're gonna see the Lions do it too.
Now I want to move on to the third team in the NFC East that has somehow been cooking right now, and I think it's only fair that we're going down, the list of the NFC since we're talking about it. the San Francisco 49ers are finding ways to win with all these injuries.
Injuries with players starting to process their return too. So it's going to get a little spooky. I think we said this before the season, and I put the 49ers on top of the division, and you looked at me a little crazy. I remember this. You looked at me a little crazy. I think they just have potential. Like I don't see the third division unless you talk about a specific team that I know we're going to have a good segment on, Seattle. Let's want to talk about them. I think that they can have a good road into the possibly.
Listen, they play sound
I don't
football.
know.
And,
I don't
you're
know.
getting Brock Purdy back. You got okay play from Mac Jones.
McCaffrey has not gone down yet.
He hasn't gotten down. I hear
defense.
the problem
You have
is
an injury on the defense, but
yeah, Nick Bosa is a huge
Yeah,
injury.
yeah.
So, and we haven't seen what they play like yet with
Yeah.
that. So I think that's going to be interesting to see. I didn't like the Brock Purdy injury. I know he's coming back this week. We'll see how that works, because I think the ankle injuries,
yeah.
especially with a guy like Brock, he's a smaller guy. It's going to be interesting to see him the first 2 games. I don't think they go 5-0 or
I don't know.
I do not see them going 5-0 actually. I see them
It's
they
a
could potentially
shoulder
lose the
because
next
he
2.
has 2 of them, a shoulder and a toe injury. Like it's not
exactly.
just one.
And I could see them losing their next 2, Jaguars and then Rams.
I can see them losing to the Rams, not the Jags. I think that they will still handle the
Sleep
Jags.
on the Jags.
Not sleeping on the Jags. Jags are actually a decent team. Not sleeping. I just think that the 49ers can handle the Jags right now.
Don't
So,
sleep on it. I actually believe
not
that we're going to see
sleeping.
Etienne get a huge game on the 49ers.
What's the score?
27-24.
Too.
27-24.
Close game that Jags win against the 49ers.
Yeah. Give it to me. I just that's going to be like my bold prediction, I guess, because obviously I know they're not favored to win, but that'll be my bold prediction. I got the Jags. I think the injuries are just too great for the 49ers, but like I'm saying, they're finding ways to win. Do you think that this is more of a personnel winning them the game, or do you think it's coaching?
Both, because Shanahan is still
Some more
plays.
so, I should say.
More so,
Shanahan.
I'm still saying Shanahan.
That's fair. That's totally
Coaching, not just Shanahan, but I say coaching at all.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm looking at. I don't know. I feel like this past week, the game I'm really looking at. I'm tired of Philly, man. I'm tired of Philadelphia.
Okay. So obviously, like I said, we have already gone down the ranks with the Lions, Packers, 49ers, and we haven't even raised.
I'm raging over to Philly. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry.
It's only fair to talk about it. Obviously, they win in a game that they were going to lose if they didn't get that lucky block kick. And we can call it what it is. I'd rather be lucky than good too.
No,
good win.
Good win of the comeback.
Yes.
Actually,
but it was a choke job of the Rams.
I have a couple questions. It's brought a lot of questions, I think, with a lot of analysts and a lot of people that's talking sports right now. Can Saquon lead a team to a win? Like, was that Saquon's doing that led them to that win?
Last year, I would have told you more yes, but now I'm going to lean more towards no. I think teams are starting to figure out how to stop Saquon, which, I mean, is he still going to have 100-yard games? Yes, he's still going to be a great back this year. I just don't see him getting these 200-yard games anymore. I think it's kind of the same thing with Derrick Henry. He'll still always break off for some really great games. But you saw his game against Cleveland week 2. I mean, they stuffed him. He only had 20, 22 yards, 25 yards. So there are ways to stop these skill running backs. And that's why we see guys come and go, like Dalvin Cook. He's not in the league anymore because he was too predictable of a back. Melvin Gordon, obviously he has some good years. Too predictable of a back. Ezekiel Elliott. Those were injuries too. But I'm saying.
What about Jalen Hurts?
Jalen Hurts is a great game manager for Philadelphia.
You think that he won them that game?
Yeah, you could actually say that because he was smart with the ball. He ran when he had to. He tried not to take the sacks, even though obviously he got sacked a couple times. But beyond that, I mean, he's a great. Listen, he's athletic. He can run. He's fast. He's accurate with the football. He's not always chucking up these deep balls. He's a great quarterback.
The last quarter,
I think he's
It
slightly
was
better than.
almost interceptions.
This
that
is
coulda
going to be a
called
crazy
game.
take. Because of his ability to run, his athletic ability, he's just like one tier higher than Jared Goff. Because
Jared Goff is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts.
that is not okay.
Jared Goff is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts.
At just maybe standing in the pocket and throwing the ball, sure.
Jalen Hurts.
But at what the
I don't know, man.
are the Eagles better with Jalen Hurts as their quarterback or Jared Goff? I'm sorry, for me that's easy.
Are we
That's
speaking
Jalen
simply
Hurts.
off of just one play so they can do the tush push with Jalen Hurts, or what are we talking
Forget
about?
the tush push. Just Jalen
Forget the
Hurts.
tush push, the play that they run
For
20
Jalen Hurts,
times a
yes.
game.
Just Jalen Hurts is a better all-around quarterback. I'm sorry.
If your team doesn't have as many good players as Philly or the Lions, which quarterback do you want?
I want Jalen Hurts.
Say for Seattle. You want Jalen Hurts?
I want Jalen Hurts. Now I have Kenneth Walker and Jalen Hurts, so now I have to worry about it's all about like certain stuff. Like
I don't know.
think about the teams that could
I'm gonna tell you this right now. I
Think
don't think
about
you've seen Jalen Hurts
but
with
hold
one of
on.
the best lines, if not the
I
best line for
understand that.
years. I
to
can't
me,
say that.
I'd rather have a mobile quarterback. To be
can't
able
say
to
that.
run read op, you can't run read option with
I
Detroit.
feel you,
You
but
can run like speed options with like the
we've-
running back,
we've seen some
wildcat, whatever.
We've seen some players win without having to run that much. I
understand
don't
that.
know.
Can you name the last Super Bowl where team won without a quarterback that was like mobile for real?
Tom Brady 5 years ago.
The greatest
5 years
quarterback of
ago.
all time, who's
So
now
you just
been
asked me
out of
that,
the
like
league.
it was 10, 20 years ago. I said 5 years ago. That's true. I know that Jared's probably not going to win a bowl. I'm just saying. I don't know. I think Jalen Hurts is
has.
behind a very good line, very good running back. Like he has a lot. Jared Goff does too. I don't know about the line is as good, but he has a lot too. They both do.
Wow, that really surprised me.
I don't know. So wait, if because you're saying it like that, how far down is Jared Goff in your list? Because that means that Jalen Hurts is he in your top 5? The way that you put it, you make him sound like he your top 3. Jalen Hurts. Where does Jalen Hurts and Jared Goff rank in your top 10? So we don't got to make it a deep ass question.
Jared would be somewhere in the 8 to 7 range. Hurts is 6'5".
So you're okay. You made
Once you think about it, you have to account in the team success because of the quarterback.
Success of the actual team, bro. I don't know.
I do think Jalen Hurts is better.
Do you know how many touchdowns Jalen Hurts has from Saquon running the ball all the way down and they just do a tush push at the 1 yard line?
I understand that, but that's just because that's smart to do that. He's unselfish.
I don't think he has a choice.
That's
I
true.
don't think he has a choice. All right, my bad.
But you know, we're on the topics of quarterbacks. I think it's only fair if we move over to a game that takes place overseas in Ireland. And this is a game where two quarterbacks are on very different career paths.
Yep.
And we have Aaron Rodgers going against Carson Wentz. Steelers versus Vikings. What do you make of that game? And the reason why I ask this is because the Vikings are trying to stay hot with Carson Wentz. And the Steelers are still, even though they've put together some wins.
Steelers are still there. They sit at the
there.
top of the division.
I'm telling you, I hear a bug. I hear a bug.
Don't do it, man.
I know.
Don't
I'm trying not to freak
do
out.
it, man. It's a butterfly. Chill.
It's not a butterfly. Chill. But
it's like I was saying, the Steelers are at the top of their division right now. Like it, for what they've done, I don't think that they're playing as good. But they still got some motivation right now.
No, because for most of that game, the Patriots and Steelers game, it was close, and I think that scared me, I guess, because obviously I actually had some pretty decent expectations for the Patriots this year. But after I saw the defense, saw some of the injuries, and I saw a wide receiver core that just kind of underperforms.
Yeah.
To me, the Steelers win wasn't as impressive as the Vikings win.
I think the Vikings win. That deserves shine only because they just had. It's almost like nothing went wrong for the Vikings that day at all. More so, of course, on the defense.
Their defense is incredible.
You could say his name. Who number 2? What was his name? The guy that had 3 forced turnovers in the first.
You know what?
half.
I do not know his name.
Either way, the dude won the Nickelodeon MVP. He was the player of the week for defense. The man cooked. I
He
don't know.
did.
I mean,
And I think that defense, that's going to be the story.
Yeah.
The defense is always going to carry that offense until
Right.
JJ gets back. And even when JJ's there, it was always still the story of the defense. It's just that you have a player like Jay Jettis on that offensive
Yeah.
side that the offense gets talked about. It's the same reason why you have Aaron Jones, who's obviously hurt right now. Jordan Mason, he was a beast in that first game.
He's
Two
he's
touchdowns,
beast,
23 carries, 116 yards. I didn't even look that up. That's just fantasy knowledge. God bless.
I feel like you would know that. He's on your team.
He played such a good game against, obviously, the Bengals. You have to respect your opponent, but they just got spanked from beginning to start.
Always do. Kevin O'Connell, once again, he's done
And
it
if
again.
he keeps this up, I mean, he'll be up for
Yes.
another Coach of the Year.
Yes, coach
If
of the
the
year.
Vikings can somehow, and I say somehow, even though we know they're going to win these games, 12, 13, anything above 12, anything above 11, actually, we're going to be like, wow.
Let's look at their schedule though. They obviously had the Steelers, and they were gonna play the Browns. So I'm not gonna go deep into that.
Then they play.
They have a bye. They get a little break, and then they play Philly and the Chargers, and then Detroit, and then the Ravens. So
and then after they play the Bears, then they play the Packers and Seahawks,
and then Seahawks,
and
then Commanders,
and
Dallas,
Cowboys.
Giants, and then the Lions, and then Green Bay again.
Exactly. If they win 11-6,
which
if they finish 11-6, or you know what, 10-7. After seeing that schedule, that's super hard. So I see no reason why, especially JJ
schedule.
Carson
We have
wins.
a tough schedule. That's a tough schedule.
Now I will say they do get Jordan Addison back, which is, in my opinion, could genuinely spark this offense.
Yeah, for sure.
And then they could be right in the hunt for that NFC race.
I will give you your shine though, because you definitely predicted what Carson Wentz was gonna do, and he did so. So I will give you that. Their offense can cook. Like, their offense has potential with their defense, knowing how compact their defense is right now and how confident they are.
Yeah.
They can cook on the offense side.
And I figured Carson was going to have, a good game, just simply because Kevin O'Connell is always going to shape the offense around the quarterback he has.
Yeah.
He doesn't care who it is. I mean, listen, 2 touchdowns, 14-20. He gave him a little, hey, you comfortable run the offense game?
Right.
Because next game, I think you might see Carson Wentz throw more. We're talking maybe 25.
You think that was his warm-up?
Yeah. 25, 28 attempts next game.
He got to kind of even like relax a little bit towards it. So he may have a real game now.
Yeah. He might have 25, 28 attempts next game. And like I said, Jordan Mason, obviously. Jay Jets, they got TJ Hawkinson, who's a great tight end to have as a backup quarterback, or just even for JJ.
And not even that. That game's in the morning. Like, that whole Sunday, at least at 1 p.m., we have some good games. You got the Chargers playing, obviously the big one, Eagles, Buccaneers. You got the Browns and Lions. One game I am kind of excited for tomorrow, though. It's at 4 p.m., 4:05. Colts and Rams. This is the Colts' real challenge. I know they've had challenges. I'm not taking anything away from Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones made that first Instagram post. He never, ever posts in the midseason ever. He hasn't done it since Duke days. Could this be over for Daniel Jones? Is this it? Is the post going to curse it?
I don't think so. I think Indiana's playing great ball right now. I think they lose. I think the Rams are just a better team. I don't think they're going to get spanked, though.
Okay.
I think, excuse me.
You think their defense can still actually put on a good show?
No, I think Indiana's defense might get torched. I think Puka, Devontae, Kyron Williams, and now they are using Blake Corum as this.
Apparently they're starting to use him a lot more.
This 1B back almost.
Yeah.
He's getting more carries, and he's being explosive. He's making the most out of these plays. So I think now, again, another NFC team that dealt the right hand gets fluxed some good wins. They should be 3-0 right now.
Yeah.
Pending a blocked field goal.
Yeah. Which, like I said, they still lost the game. It was still a pretty decent comeback.
But if they follow that formula later on, that is the formula to beat the Patriots, the Eagles.
Did you see Jalen Carter wearing? It's not gonna be a long time. Jalen Carter wearing Jared versus chain. Big
That-
18.
I did not see that.
But
But-
boy lost a bet.
But it is going to be a really good game. I
Yeah.
think
Another game that's at 425. What you got, Ravens and Chiefs?
this game.
This is tricky, pending injuries and pending Ravens
Forget pending
defense.
injuries. I'm talking more bigger picture here. This game can potentially make or break both of these team seasons. If the Kansas City Chiefs lose this game, I think we need to start talking about them as either the last wild card team or out of the playoffs. And
And you don't think that any changes to their team can bring that back up?
I think Rashad Rice and a healthy team, to your point, if they can get a little healthy, I think they can be back in the
Worthy
mix.
can come back soon.
Yes. The only problem is a third loss in 4 weeks would mean you would need losses from the teams like the Chargers,
I
the Bills.
seen
I
the
mean,
Bengals, and I feel that you're telling that because they're in a tougher division. I seen the Bengals in 2022 and 2023 lose their first 4 to 5 games and go to the playoffs, playing a very good Ravens team, a decent Pittsburgh team, and a decent Browns team. It can be done, especially with Patrick Mahomes. It can definitely be done.
it can. It's just going to be tough.
will
Listen,
be
but they're
tough.
not going to be fighting for. They're not going to be fighting for a top
you know
seed.
what does hurt, which you mentioned when they played them, losing to the Chargers in Rio. That hurt. That definitely hurt because that you're supposed to get that game because, like you said, they have basically 2 home games against them this year.
Or one neutral game, you should say. But yeah, I
Neutral
totally.
game, but like you said, the
Just-
Chargers
yeah,
they don't
they
get
didn't get a
they don't
home game. And that was a perfect opportunity to go
Yeah.
up 2-0 against one of your
Right.
division rivals. And I'm looking at this game. Give me Baltimore. I have to take Baltimore. They played such
Do
a
you
battle
think-
against
and
Detroit.
I'm asking this for a friend that has the Ravens defense on fantasy. Would you start the Ravens defense against the Chiefs, amidst knowing everything like that, or would you start the Browns defense against the Ravens?
That's very specific of you.
I'm
I
asking.
wonder who your
I just
friend
feel like
is.
that's a very good question for people to know. That.
I would just go ahead and play the Baltimore defense. I think, listen, at the end of the day, Rashid Rice isn't there. You're getting an injured Xavier Worthy. Pacheco hasn't really come along that great, even though Mahomes is always going to get you over. He's never
What
going to
about Hollywood
blank you out
Brown?
of game. I think, they'll stay afloat. The defense will stay afloat and maybe get you 8 to 12 points.
Where the
But I
Browns
don't think
points
you're going to get a breakout defensive game from the
Either.
Ravens, even though they would love that, especially against a team like the Chiefs, to basically put them away. And
But what if it's like a statement game? After seeing what we see in the first 2 weeks, what if they have come out with a statement game?
the Ravens,
Yeah.
Statement win. I mean, that's what we thought of them.
A statement defensive win.
Then that would put them back in like, oh, they're scary, because I don't think they're feared right now. I think obviously the offense.
I think
is
Lamar is always feared.
Lamar, but
You mean their defense? You mean people?
Yeah,
are
like-
obviously our Armon Ross St. Brown isn't fearful of him. Obviously, we heard what he said it to the mic, man.
no, absolutely, and I think
that was the loudest mic cut I've ever heard in the NFL. I've never heard that
exactly.
loud.
But no, give me Baltimore.
That's fair.
Baltimore makes a statement win. I don't know if it comes on the defensive side of the ball. I think it happens on the offensive side of the ball, though.
I think, if actually, you know what? I'm gonna do this backwards. Let's talk about the 2 Monday games first, then let's get into that tomorrow night's game.
Okay, I like that.
Jets Dolphins. The Jets and the Dolphins both have something to prove right now.
Yeah, both these teams obviously.
Well, the Dolphins.
Give me the Jets. Justin Fields coming back from concussion protocol. Garrett Wilson. I like the Jets.
Coach, you mess with Coach. You think he can actually put up a good game against the Dolphins?
I think Aaron Glenn's gonna outcoach McDonald.
McDonald's. Because
Yeah.
that's where we'll be working at in 6 months. It's over for you, buddy. It's over for you, cuz. It's over for him. Okay. Bengals Broncos. What you got over there? Seeing that they just put up 3 against the Vikings.
They put up a little 10.
Oh my bad. They got an extra touchdown with that. That's like that getting that touchdown against
I'll
Green
say
Bay.
this. I'll say give me the Broncos. I think the Broncos defense, they're going to get some pass rush on Jake Browning. My only concern is the wide receivers. Obviously, you still have T. Higgins, Jamar Chase. So that could always get interesting. Give me the Broncos to stay afloat at 2-2.
Okay. Does that? Because I feel like the Broncos are also kind of in that miss where I don't think that they knew that they were going to be here. Does winning that game put them back on a little pedestal for their division?
No, it doesn't, because the next game you have to go play the Eagles.
Okay. And that's automatic.
That's an automatic loss. I just think there's Super Bowl contenders and then
We'll
there's
see.
playoff hopefuls.
We'll see about that. Actually, we'll see about that.
Whoa, what are your
We'll
thoughts
see
on
about
that?
I think that the defense is going to show them what
The
Chris
Eagles.
Jones was trying. Yes, the defense is going to show them what Chris Jones was trying to tell
The
Jalen
Broncos
Hurts.
defense hasn't been all that this year.
Yeah.
They've been getting sacks. They get to the quarterback
Bad.
great. It's just their corners. Obviously, they have Pat Surtain.
Bad.
Riley Moss has been a
Pat Surtain, stop the podcast. Him and Arnold off of Detroit, both y'all need to stop it now. Arnold gets cooked a lot. Asnold gets cooked. PS2 hasn't looked like PS2 from last year. Am I incorrect or am I lying?
I think it's still too early to tell, because P2 really came on that game where he got that pick against the Raiders that took it for 6. That was around this time. So give Pat a little time to I think he always
hit up.
All the corners, every corner, I think, at least in the beginning of the year, unless you're like a rookie, always has like a little slump in the beginning to get your bearings. Especially CB, I feel like you're following a guy around that you don't know his routes. That's something you gotta
hardest position. I think so.
So I think over time they get better. So
Okay.
give Pat some saving grace. Like I said, give me the Broncos, man. I think
Okay.
they win.
Tomorrow night's game at 8:20, obviously, for Sunday Night Football.
The return.
This is a big game, obviously. The return of Micah. He's playing the Cowboys.
Yeah. And believe it or not, I think this game has potential to be a lot closer than we give it credit for.
At the AT&T Stadium.
Yes.
Like he's going back.
Exactly. And obviously this is going to be a revenge game for Micah, but think about the guys in Dallas who are like, man, you kind of just walked out on, they offered you a contract and you just left. I think a lot of
They
guys
offered you a
that
contract for basically $12+ million.
More totally though.
More totally, but you said that you were like, if I'm your teammate, we in this, and then you dip out. And I get you had higher stuff going on with other people, but I would be a little upset. I think Dak took a higher road with it, obviously.
There's the big but here. CeeDee Lamb is not playing.
Yeah, I know.
And for CeeDee Lamb not to play, that really
big
hurts.
Game for Pickens.
Big game for Pickens.
Big games for Pickens and Talbot.
Yeah,
they both had to show up.
And I'm sorry, a big game for the defense. We saw what a good Cleveland Browns defense could do to the Packers. Yeah. A good performance from a team that Bland will play. He's a full participant. Right. Trayvon Diggs, same full participant.
Right.
And you got guys. You got the Banks, Belton, O-linemen out for the Packers and are questionable. This is where they need to take advantage.
Yeah.
And I think it could be a closer game than we give it credit for.
I think it's going to be a closer game only because I think I've been seeing Dak play very elite this year, actually. Coming off of injury, Dak, which he's done it already once where he came back off the other injury. He still played pretty decent. His game this year has impressed me. It's actually impressed me. I think that this game we may see stuff happen. I think Green Bay still takes the game because they're pretty upset at what happened last week, and they kind of not necessarily they have. Well,
they have to.
They kind of have to, considering that we call them Super Bowl contenders.
Absolutely.
4 or 5 weeks straight.
Yeah,
they do have to. So we'll see. We'll see.
And here's my thing though. With the Packers. The Packers will almost be in a similar situation as the Ravens if they lose against the Chiefs.
I cannot say that.
Yes,
I cannot. We're talking about
two teams.
We're talking about a team that's going to be 2-2 against a team that will be 1-3. And I know if I know that you know how much big that is a difference when you play only 4 games in the beginning. 1-3 over 2-2.
No, you're absolutely
1-3 for the Ravens. We ain't seen that since. Has Lamar been 1-3?
I don't think so.
I don't think
you know what, you might be right
ever
there.
been 1-3.
You might be right
the Packers,
there. Because I'm also
Packers
thinking
that
about
second game. We would definitely just backtrack them to not think that they're a 15 wins game or a 15-win season. It would be something like they may win 12.
That's true.
12, 13 games.
I guess for me, the injuries to the wide receivers really hurt the Packers.
That hurts them.
Yeah,
that obviously is hurting them.
You are right. Now, and I will say big difference though. Total sacks, you got the Packers 6th,
Yeah.
and the Cowboys are 28th.
Yeah.
And that is the Micah effect, in my opinion. Because even if Micah's not getting those sacks,
It's the
pressure.
pressures. His pressures, and I think that he's pretty top right now. His pressures helps everybody out. Clark on that line.
I will say though, you know what team is 4th in offense this year? The Dallas Cowboys in total
Because
yards.
Dak looks elite.
He
And not
does.
even that.
And he's taking more
Javonte
risks.
Williams is also running that ball. He's running the ball elusive right now. Their offense doesn't look bad at all.
He is, and you know, speaking of, I feel like it's only fair to break this news since we were talking about this team just prior. The Baltimore Ravens have just placed defensive tackle Ninane
Really?
Matabike on injury reserve due to a neck injury, sidelining him for 4 games or more. This totally changes the defense.
Why has
actually.
Mike Evans not been placed on IR?
We'll talk about that later. That's fantasy related, but I will say this: that does hurt the defense tremendously for the Ravens.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I mean, that's breaking news from Adam Schefter just now. To lose your best defensive tackle,
Yeah, that definitely hurts.
in a defense that's already been kind of suspect, to say the least,
That hurts,
that is
man.
really going to hurt them. Wow.
That hurts.
But like I said, back to the Cowboys, the night game. Give me the Packers. I think the Packers, with the Micah effect, they're going to get more pressure on Dak. Obviously, Booker might be out of the game.
smiling since you broke that, man. How long is he out for?
4 weeks or more. And wow, and you just picked up their defense too. I know it hurts. But yeah, give me the Packers. I got the Packers in that game for sure. Do you mind if I talk about a game that I actually do find super important as well?
Yeah, what's up?
And that is, sorry, I had to pull up my notes here. Where are we at here? My apologies.
I'm taking. You want to know what? You want who is making their debut tomorrow?
Who?
Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart's getting the start tomorrow against a very good-looking team, Los Angeles Chargers.
He is, and that's the problem. Throwing in your rookie quarterback with a bad O-line against a good team. To me, I just don't. And there's a bug.
There's been a bug around me again. You got to just pull it around.
And that's the problem with Jackson Dart. I think he's going to really struggle in that first game. I think he's super talented. He could potentially end up being one of the best quarterbacks out of this draft class.
I think that we're gonna
like
be able to see that though. He's playing a 3-0 team, and I think this is where it comes in. That just like how we called Mike McDonald's earlier, the Giants head coach may be his boss a little bit sooner also.
That is
because
true.
he's gone also. He's not a good head coach. And you know what? Malik Neighbors said it last year, and he said it with the statement, it's not the quarterback. It's not Daniel Jones. I mean, not saying Daniel Jones was meant for the Giants, but
I think it's the play calling and the offensive line. And offensive line. You have to remember
offensive line is crazy. It's not as bad as the Raiders, but it's still bad.
It is.
But it's their coaching. The staff, they're not doing any good. They're not doing any good at all.
No, and that's why I think I think the worst case scenario is if they have to put Russ back in.
That's the thing. Because
then that's going to totally ruin with your quarterback's confidence.
Russ, the first game, obviously, he played Washington. That was it.
The second game was
incredible. And you know I shed a tear watching it. You know I did. Third game.
Spags defense, but still bad.
Yeah.
Still bad. Some of the interceptions were crazy.
You bench him to put in a rookie against the 3-0 Chargers. Like
a very talented rookie that we saw in the
Russ.
preseason.
Nobody has to be that high on Russ as I am. You think that you would have a better chance with a rookie against a 3-0 team than Russ, who's been playing? Would you do it? Yeah, you would. For real.
I think so. You need to try it out.
I do like Jackson Dart.
You need to try it out.
That's just
because what if he helps you win that game?
I don't think that's. If he does, then that's wow. But I think this isn't fair to him if he loses, because it will be casuals again that will
pin it on him, which I think in the long run actually won't affect his career. I think the Giants know what they're doing. Okay. Giants, maybe not so Brian DeBall, but
Brian DePorcher, he's out of here. He
could potentially be fired if they go. I want to say 05-06. But the game that I did want to talk about it, I got my notes now.
Yeah.
The Philadelphia Eagles and Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Obviously, we were talking about Philly earlier. Tampa to me is one of those, even with the injury to Mike, they're still one of those sleeper
Injury to Mike,
teams that I
but this
say
is Chris. Chris is back, right?
Chris is questionable, but they do believe he is going to play.
Okay.
So, yeah, to your point, and then you got Amike Ibuka, Bucky Irvin. I mean, we see White break out a couple runs here and there.
I think Tampa Bay, only because Baker, something about Baker that whenever
they'll
he
win
has
the
a
division.
chip on his shoulder, he's the underdog, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It's always the same story with Baker. We know this.
Yeah. And listen, as long as the talent stays that way, they're always going to win the division.
Yeah.
There's no comp there. Panthers, get them out of here. Saints, get them out of here. And then get them out of here.
Get him out of here.
So,
Okay. So Tampa Bay taking this loss, that's okay for them right now. Obviously, they're 3-0.
I actually don't call it like that.
They're 3-0.
They are 3-0. Imagine being 4-0 with a win against the Eagles. You then go from playoff hopefuls to wow.
Okay.
And then they'll get Mike Evans back later.
They
and
win this.
hopefully
They
fully
win this
healthy.
game. What do you think their ending season record will be?
11-12 wins.
After starting off 4-0 and beating the Eagles?
Yeah.
You tripping. Boy, that means that they will win 13, 14 wins.
No, I still don't think
That's
so.
crazy.
I
And
still,
so wait, do they have? Because remember, this is how the Eagles had that about a year or two ago, where they started off super good. They had that little lead off, and then they end up winning 11, 12
No,
games.
yeah,
Is that what
I
you're
don't-
saying is going to happen?
I don't think it's going to be a fall off like to that proportion. I just don't. I think the Bucs are going to lose some games here and there. It's not going to be on some. They're going to go on this ridiculous run and win.
Here, let me look at.
You
Let me
said
look at their
13,
record.
14 wins.
Because you're saying that if they beat, as I said, they beat the Eagles. So that means they're starting off 4-0 with an
With an
Eagles,
Eagles win. But to me, the Eagles' offense has been so boring. They've been
With an Eagles
finding
win,
ways
you
to win
go
games.
and now you're going to play Seahawks, which, like I said,
Seahawks. That's a tough game against that
Tough game.
defense.
The
49ers undefeated. We need to see what Brock Purdy looks like when he comes back. The Detroit Lions after that. Saints win by New England. Buffalo.
Los Angeles Cardinals. Yeah, I think that they can actually pull out 13-12 wins. I'll retract to 13-12. 13-12. Because then you ended off with Miami, Carolina again,
But
Atlanta.
any one of those games are
And not even
losable.
that. Actually, hold on. They can win out their last 4 to 5.
And you got to
4
give them
5
one
games.
bad loss. Give them one bad loss.
Okay. To the Carolina, because Carolina's not bad. They can
12.
possibly
12 wins.
12.
And I could see that. And that would be a really good
What did they go
season
last
for them.
year?
I believe they went
They won 11 games last year.
Bucs record last year. I'm not finding it here, my guy. But listen,
Either way,
12.
do you think that they're better than last year? Bucky's finally
listen, they won
evolving.
10 games last year. They went 10-7. So yeah, I think going to be 12-5, that's a success. You were already first in your division. You lost in the wild card to the Commanders, which was a bad loss. You can get back there. You can maybe find yourself in a championship game. It's just the problem is I see the Rams. I see all these other teams that can go
The
there
only
too.
thing I don't see them winning against Philly. As much as we love talking about the Bucs, as everybody's loving their wins, every single win has been a fourth quarter Baker Mayfield game-winning drive and only winning by 3 points or more.
That's true. I
Or
think
less. I apologize.
that's still early season.
It's early season,
but they're
but that's-
finding ways to win.
Which of course you always want to be able to find that way. You don't always want to be in that situation there where you have to find that way.
That's very true. That's very true. I think you're going to see guys like Emeka Ibuka start to even break out even more.
Even out a little bit
Especially
more,
now
yeah.
with Mike being hurt, you might see a whole new dynamic. So I like where the Bucs are. If they can get this win here, that would be an incredible win.
Yeah.
Genuinely. And honestly could be the biggest win of the season for any team so far. Is that fair to say?
That's fair. They obviously, like we said, they play Seahawks next week. Seahawks, where do you because I thought the Seahawks, they've been playing obviously
Their defense has been
pretty
playing
good.
incredible.
Their defense, and I think Sam he's doing
But he has to.
what he has to the
And he's
same
not-
way that he did in the Vikings.
and
he's
he's-
playing his role.
Absolutely. And I think you see JSN, man.
That
Obviously
last
lost your
quarter.
parlay by 1 yard. I'm sorry about
It's
that.
okay because you want to know what? I thought it was doomed from the third or second. The way that he played in that fourth quarter, impressive.
It was.
Impressive that he it's more of how he's able to turn. The man, he turned his body. He swung his body. Nah, real stuff. He genuinely, like, the way he can turn his body in midair to catch the ball, it's impressive. So it's okay.
Yeah, and I think this was the perfect. It was almost like the Bucs anticipated a Mike Evans injury at some point, especially with it. Let's just say it worked out timing wise. Chris coming back, Mike stepping out. It almost makes Chris in a more comfortable role to get his bearings back. Maybe he can get some touches. And wow, now Chris Godwin, Mbuka, Mike Evans, and you're already 12. You're sitting 12-5 in the playoffs. Hello, and that's why I think it's super important. The Bucs could potentially then. I hate to say this. This could be a hot take. They could play themselves into a Super Bowl.
Whoa. The Buccaneers?
The Buccaneers staying healthy on defense. That's another super healthy thing. They just lost can't see, which is big.
Mike's out for a couple weeks. You think that they have potential to go to a bowl?
If they can finish 12-5.
You mean like you think it can be like if they just make it there, they can actually win outright?
Yeah, I really think so. Baker's playing like that. Bucky Irvin. Rashad White is actually giving them some good bursts. I like him as the two-back.
Yeah.
And then, Mike, Chris Godwin comes back. Here's another thing. Chris Godwin has to come back healthy. If he can come back 80% of what he was.
We're talking about bowl. He got to come back at 90%. Chris Godwin. I mean, give us just a good slot. If he can be a good slot, just get us there.
Now you don't have to. Just give me 80% of what he was.
Said, so be our good slot and give me what I need.
Yeah.
Give me what I need. Obviously, Ibuka, he's probably gonna have a man-to-man at most of the game. Mike, now that's what I'm saying. Mike's out. That means Chris Godwin's about to be getting man pressed. You're okay with that? You're okay with that? Okay.
I'm not. But keep in mind, you don't have guys like.
I'm just saying this, and I don't think it's gonna be every week. I think playing Seattle, where you got Kobe, you got like their backs are a little physical. Their backs are definitely a little physical, where they get some flags for not turning around sometimes. So I don't know. Godwin's come back first week back.
They can play themselves into a Super Bowl, and I hate to say it. Okay. But obviously we're approaching the latter half of the podcast. It's only fair if we talk about Week 5. Obviously, Week 4 happens so soon. It happens tomorrow. Right. Even happens at 9:30 in the morning tomorrow. Yeah. I think it's only fair if we talk about what we think are going to be important games in Week 5. And if you don't mind, if I start off, my first one is going to be the Washington Commanders and the Los Angeles Chargers. The Commanders, depending if they win this game, they can be 3-1, potentially playing a 4-0 Chargers team. And that could be a really big game for both teams to win against somebody who is truly on your level.
Yeah.
And Commanders team, obviously, went to a championship game. Who knows if they get Jaden McDaniels back this game? But if they do, I think it's going to be an important game for both teams to get a win.
That's fair. I think one I will take only because I think that they can possibly show something. I think that we're pretty high up on this team, so they should handle business. But I won't be surprised if I see a good game be fought. Patriots versus the Bills. Patriots versus the Bills can possibly do something. I'm not saying that the Patriots are going to do anything against them that big. They won't win the game. We can possibly Drake may get a couple of good plays out there. And you think everybody gets smacked? Wow.
Yeah. I think they're about to get smacked.
I'm so sorry.
I think the Bills are going to absolutely just smack the
dismantle them.
But you know what? If the defense can hold them at
bay, a divisional game.
I just need to see more from the Patriots offense to think
divisional game. Nothing.
No.
Okay.
Another game that I think is actually super important.
Yeah.
If the Chiefs are 1-3 and go to Jacksonville, let's say Jacksonville's 3-1, that becomes an interesting game. I'm sorry. That becomes an interesting game. Forget.
Let's look at who the Chiefs have played this year. Let's look at who the Chiefs have played this year. Hold on.
They lost to the Chargers.
And you lost to the Eagles. So now they're about to lose to the Jags?
I could see them losing to the Jags. I get you beat the Giants. That Giants win was not great. It was not pretty at all. I hope you know it was not pretty at all. I get that.
That's not like a pretty win, but you're saying that they lost to the Eagles and the Chargers, so now they're going to lose to the Jags?
They can. in prime time.
I'm not saying the Jags are bad. They're playing actually pretty decent right now.
They are, and I think ETN, that defense, sometimes for the Chiefs is just every once in a while. It was good against the Eagles, obviously not enough. Yeah, like they can make it interesting at least, and I think it could be a super important game. Is that not fair to say?
It's fair. I don't think that they're gonna lose that game. Like I think we're taking the record more than what we've seen on like the actual field. I think more. That's all.
That's fair enough. That's all. And obviously, the last one that I'm looking at,
what's your take? Because I think
I was going to say 49ers Rams on Thursday night. I was going to say for either one of those teams, that could be a super big win.
I can say that Thursday
a
night
bigger win for 49ers, though.
That game can be cool. If the Cowboys lose this next game coming up.
Against the Jets?
Yeah. No,
why?
If they lose their next game before playing the Jets. Like if they lose their game when they play who are they playing week 4? They lose the Packers game, like we already talked about. That's a pretty big game. They go into the Jets and they're possibly gonna have to fight that one too.
And if they go down
exactly.
one,
that can be
1-4. Then we'll look at the Cowboys, how we looked at them before the preseason. Like they're not gonna be that
good. Because honestly, I think that first, because even though they lost against the Eagles, we saw a good game. That's why we all had a little bit of fun.
Yeah. But nonetheless, we got some great games coming up.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see them. I'm excited to see what we got. I got to break some news real quick.
What's your news?
In the next 2 or 3 weeks of the pod, it's going to be a little different. You're going to get some content maybe on Tuesdays and Wednesdays virtually after the games, because I feel like it's only right.
It's
good
fair
timing.
to them that I feel like we give out too much of a little space between the games, man.
Yeah, I feel like the week 4, week 5 can get a little tricky sometimes. Yeah. So it's only right. We're going to set it up. Stay tuned for the Get Back NFL edition, episode 27.
Episode 27. J.K. Dobbins season. J.K. Dobbins year.
That is ridiculous.
NFL MVP J.K. Dobbins year.
I'm Damian Dusten.
Ayden Jones. Welcome back to the Get Back Podcast.
Peace out.